What's up, YouTube? Hey, check this out, man. I did a song that's on the album, on my album. Did a song for my boo-boo. Y'all want to hear it? Check this out, man. Let's play this one right here real quick. Love on the Other Side. Let's check this out. Play. This is my website I'm playing it from, so it takes a little while to get it started, I guess. Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
I took a flight, crossed the globe, seeking love so deep. Landed in the Philippines, dreams in my sleep. Met a girl, thought she was the one, felt so right. Brought her back to the stage, thought I saw the light. But the fit wasn't perfect, she wasn't my dream. In the haze of my mind, things weren't what they seemed. Back home, heart aching, something felt wrong. Realized too late that she wasn't my song. But my true love's waiting, oceans apart. Her patience and faith holding strong in her heart, we share a bond. Through messages and calls, every word, every look breaking down my wall. So I plan my return, tickets in hand to bring her home to this promised land. They say you made this mistake once, now you're at it again. Well, I say true love's worth the sacrifice. We're both on a mission to prove what love's about. We'll show the world there's no doubt. People talking, whispering, he's at it again. But they don't know the depth of the love we pin. She's my moon, my stars, my guiding light. Through the darkest of time, she makes it right. Her patience is a virtue, her love so pure. Through the miles and the trial, our hearts adore. Every text, every call, fuse our desire. In her arms, I find warmth, she's my fire. So I'm packing my bags, ready to fly. To hold her close, beneath the same skies in her eyes. I see the future so bright, together we'll shine. Love's guiding light from Manila to DC. Our journey will start, hand in hand, forever, never depart. They say, you made this mistake once, now you're at it again. Well, I say, true love's worth the sacrifice. We're both on a mission to prove what love's about. We'll show the world there's no doubt. I hear the doubters, the naysayers loud, but our love is strong. We make them proud. Her letters, her words keep me alive. For her, across the world I slide. I dream of the day we finally unite. No more lonely nights, everything feels right. I bring her home where she belong. Together we'll face life rights and wrongs. Our love's a story written in the stars. No matter the distance, no matter how far. So I'm on this mission, heart open wide, to prove our love, nothing to hide. For true love's worth every tear, every flight. Together forever in love's pure light. They say you made this mistake once, now you're at it again. Well, I say true love's worth the sacrifice. We're both on a mission to prove what love's about. We'll show the world there's no doubt. We'll show the world there's no doubt. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
They laughing at me, y'all. They laughing at me, but my goal is to make everybody happy, man. It's, you know, you gotta make people happy. So, as a YouTuber, as somebody who has everything they need, I can give back to other people. I enjoy giving back. I have helped so many people on the YouTube channel. It's funny. It was somebody I was going to give them, bless them with something. They sent me an email, and I said, okay, what we need to do to make this happen? And I was going to just, I don't know, CashApp them the money or wire them the money or exchange. I don't know how to send the money sometimes. You know, everybody need money. So I was going to bless the person, and they never answered. They never answered back. Apparently you don't need the money. Anyway, back to this Umar thing, man. This is part, I think this is going to be 4. This part 4. It might be one more part after this. Try to hurry up and get through it, man. So, and yes, I'm playing. This is my music. Yeah. I'm playing the music. The album is out, promoting my music, promoting the YouTube course and all the stuff that I'm doing. Of course, it's my channel. I got to promote my stuff. You know what I'm saying? God, man, we got to hear your music. Just play the video. Take your tail to Leonard's channel if you don't want to hear what the Uncle Mike got to say. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got too much to say. So I think Umar, I'm hoping that I'm helping somebody to the algorithm to change their mind on giving this guy some donations, man, because he's not helping himself. You got to help yourself first. I can't raise money. We have raised money 3 times for 3 different things. When the COVID hit, one of our true followers lost his job, and him and his wife had COVID. We did a fundraiser for him, and I think he tried to pay the money back, man. I'm like, well, dude, what I supposed to do with the money? It's not, you can't pay me back because the money got to go to them. So when he paid the money back, we paid some of our employees because the channel was struggling at that time. So God is good. We did a fundraiser for my play sister in the Philippines. We got pictures and everything about that. I was mad again. Uncle Mike always gets mad, y'all, because I want to help too. So what I did was I told all the donators, I said, trust me, all the money y'all donate together, I'm going to match it. So I matched the donations. I didn't know they was going to raise $1,500. So I had to put up $1,500. So we sent her $3,000. So she, not only did she feed her family, because she got kids, she got 2 kids. She got, her mother got 2 more kids that's her kids' age. She got another little sister, 2 brothers, the father. So they had so much food, y'all, that we fed the whole village. She said, I don't know what to do with all this food and all this money. Well, go to your neighbors and see if they need food. They need rice. So next thing you know, she started buying more rice. Then her mother started helping out. We got pictures and all this stuff, man. We got pictures and everything about that. I sent her $3,000 something. I was mad because I was like, man, I want to sit all my money over there. But I made good on my promise. I promised that whatever y'all raise, I'm going to match. I ain't going to say that no more. I learned my lesson, right? Uncle Mike learned his lesson, y'all. So my point is, we got pictures and everything of all that, bruh. We ain't over here. We ain't fronting. We don't have the pictures of when I was crying. I got pictures of people at my job giving donations. I'm scared because I'm like, I hope these people don't think I got to put the money in my wallet, but I put it in a certain section because this money got to go toward, and I'm adding up. And then my accountant, I had to fire another accountant. Everybody want to tell me how to do this thing. The accountant is telling me, which she probably was right. When somebody, they donate through PayPal, they donate $25 or they donate $5. But the money that hits our account subtracts the transaction fees and all that dumb stuff. No. They donated $5. We put $5 over here in this corner. No, not it's $4.80. No, it's $5. Now you gotta subtract that. You don't pay for that. No, that person put up $5. $5 going into the kitty. Play with me, telling me how to run this thing. But you see, first of all, you don't do. I'm the accountant. I don't give a sugar what you are. I'm the man running this camp. And God is telling me that man put $5 up, so $5 going to help feed somebody. Or $10 or how much it was, the argument was over with. And she got mad at me. I'm spending my money. I tell you what, y'all do the donation, and every time the transaction go through, I pay for the transaction fee. How about that? And they mad at me. They mad. Don't go away mad, just go away. I'm the realest, baby. Baby, I'm the realest. I'm the realest. Forget no transaction fee. These people need help. Well, anyway, let's get back to Dum Dum. my feelings is hurt, man. I'm hurt because everybody hoping that these people are real and truthful, and they full of lies. They are full of lies, man. I can't believe. It's almost like the people that you think is fake are the real people, and the people that you think is real are fake as hell. Just like some of these daggone politic leaders. Al Sharpton. Get out of it, man. Sit your little tail down, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy out, man.
Hey, thank you for the super chat. Miranda says, "Hi, Linda Cooker said, I'm late this evening. Do you think that he has knows about the notices placed on the bandos yet? This is just a mess all around." I think he does now. I don't think he did yesterday because he watches these videos. He knows. I know
now. He do.
But you see, he's not concerned about addressing this right now because he's busy. He's in Newark, New Jersey right now. He's probably trying to crush some cookies while he's out there. But inevitably, Miranda, he's going to have to come back and deal with the reality of these trap battles in Wilmington, Delaware. Listen, in 2 months, he may not even own these buildings. And then what? All you donors, you Umar Johnson defenders, what you going to say then? You going to blame it on me? You going to blame it on the Cookie Crush chat? They might blame you, Miranda. You going to blame it on me? At some point, you got to hold Umar accountable for what he has done or not done. He ain't handled business. There's no excuse for this whatsoever. He knows now. He didn't know yesterday. I don't think he knew, because if he had gone up there and saw that paper, he would have snatched that shit up off them doors so quick, because he wouldn't want anyone to see. Because, he already paranoid, but he wouldn't want people, that information got out. Well, it got out. Cookie Crush chat's undefeated. We working. He knows now. But he doesn't have the level of insight and intelligence to say, okay, wait a minute, I need to at least get back over here, get these things off of these doors, and let me make a public announcement so that I can kind of mitigate this. No, he ain't worried about that. What he gonna do, at a certain point, when enough people start talking about this, he gonna go live and he gonna come up with all types of excuses as to why this is the case, and he gonna blame me, he gonna blame Miranda, he gonna blame Artie, he gonna blame AM, he gonna blame Alfonso, he gonna blame the dog, the cat, the ostrich, everything.
The ostrich.
Tasha K. Lene, Kunta Kinte, Master P, the Beastie Boys.
God dang.
Said, oh shit, he's really talking crazy now. Beastie Boys, what you talking about? He said, Lennon sound like Umar now. Okay. All right. SWV. That had a crush on one of them ladies. Thanks, Miranda, for a super chat. I get so weak in the knees. I said, well, that was me and my girlfriend when I was in college. I'm not college, but when I was in high school. I was 16. That was our sex song. It was that one, and I get so weak. And there was another slow one. She put that on. We could, back then I couldn't even get through half of the first song, but we let it play. You know what I'm saying? But I mean. That was a long time ago. Okay, you're young, you're cute.
I like what he said. He said, "Yeah, that's what our sex." That's what our sex. He looked back, make sure the coast is clear, baby.
I'm saying, but I mean, that was a long time ago. Okay, you're young, you're cute. Man, you know what I'm talking about. Back then, you didn't have much control. All right. All right, thank you, Miranda. Stunt Cat, what kind of name? And then you got a cheetah on there. Okay. Says, can we get a film crew on site at FDMG on eviction day? Oh my God. To see all of his stuff put out on the curb. Wow, that would be crazy. Let me tell y'all, because people have been talking about what would happen if the city actually, I guess, forecloses. I'll go with that word. I don't know the terminology, but I'll go with that because that's what someone said. But they were talking about what would happen, and it's not that they would take all the stuff out of these abandoned buildings and then allow Umar to come and pick things up. No, they would just seize everything. That would just be it. Whatever he has in these buildings, it's now the possession of the state. Now, would he be able to try to figure out a way to get certain things? I'm not sure, because I don't know the process. But that's what. Listen, I'm just saying this, and I'm just reporting. I don't know this to be true. I don't know how it works in the state of Delaware. But they were saying it's not like if you're evicted from a home where they'll put all your stuff out on the curb. I mean, how would they do? Think about that. All the shit inside these abandoned buildings, they're gonna put on the curb and just sit it out there with all the dope fiends running around and shit. No, that's not gonna happen. See, so we gonna have to wait and see. And if it gets to the point where Umar actually has to go up there to get whatever he has to get, I mean, man, if that was live stream, boy. It's a mess. That's all I can say. Thank you, Stunt Cat, for the super chat. I'm almost down to the bottom. We get back to the video. User 225 says, in prison, Umar Johnson going to give up the Umar IFA 290. I should laugh at that, but man, IFA 290. Okay, thanks, User 225. Petty Ass F says, the answers are sending him spiraling. Yeah, Umar, he's been spiraling for a long time. This whole year, I haven't seen anything. All my years covering Umar, I haven't seen anything like this. Like even the SETI rant, that wasn't isolated. It just was out the blue. He went crazy. But it's not like that whole year he had been going crazy, not to that level. This year, though, it's just one thing after another with this guy. He's like in a perpetual spiral. See, and I think what happens with Umar is
he was maintaining for a good little while, man. Everybody running around, he was maintaining. Then all of a sudden, whoop. Dude, he don't realize, y'all. Umar doesn't realize the nerve that he hit. That he's hit a certain nerve in everybody's soul when he said, all my bank accounts is frozen. Huh? You supposed to be the Dr. Umar. You supposed to be the Martin Luther King for the people. You supposed to be the Frederick Douglass for the people. No, frozen bank accounts is something that's supposed to be happening to us, not you. You supposed to be teaching us how to not have our bank accounts frozen. You hit a nerve. That's what happened. You hit a nerve. You got a nerve to have your bank accounts frozen. Man, the last thing you should be telling people is you can't get to your money or they money. What is wrong with this guy? Here we go.
It's like what Lene was saying. He's avoidant. He has an avoidant personality. He doesn't like to deal with things straight on. And that's one of the reasons why he owes all this money right now to the state of Delaware, $38,388 because he ain't handling business. He's avoidant. He's known about this stuff. But I think with Umar, what happens is all of it builds up in him. And then at a certain point, he just rages. That's what I think happens with Umar. Every once in a while, you have something like the Lene interview. When I interviewed her initially, that he just rages right away because that's his greatest fear is for these black women to come out to speak about him exploiting them sexually and sexual debauchery and all this shit he's into. He doesn't want that information to get out. So that's an immediate reaction. He just goes to 100 right like that. But I think what happens with Umar oftentimes is that stuff builds up and then all of a sudden he comes out and just once he starts, he just spirals and he spirals and spirals. Yeah. Thanks, Petty, for the super chat. James, what's up? Says check your last two emails. Okay, I'll head over there in just a moment. Thank you so much. And thanks for everything that you sent me. I appreciate it. I got quite a few emails that came through while I'm actually live streaming. Thanks, James. LL says, has this always been the play or did it turn into this after he realized how much it takes to open a school, change the black community? There are people who speculate that Umar, his intentions was to open up a school in the first place. My research shows that that's not the case. I go based upon the research and the receipts. If you guys go back to Umar Johnson's update video from 2014, I believe it was from May or June of 2014, when he's talking about the St. Paul's College. If you guys listen very carefully, he already had an extra strategy back then. He wasn't serious because he wouldn't have an extra strategy already while you're trying to raise money to purchase St. Paul's College. He already had an extra strategy. See, if in 2010, I have the receipt, if he states that the school's going to open September 11, 2013, how can we say that he was serious about opening up a school? Here we are at 2025. See, back in 2010, Umar, he didn't have a board of directors. He didn't have funding. He didn't have any of that stuff. Okay, there are people who said that they sent him money in 2009, 2008, 2007. Okay, I understand that. He didn't have a board of directors. He didn't have anyone working with him to get this project up and running. And so that in 2010, when he says the school's going to open September 11, 2013, that by the time we get to September 11, 2013, that the school actually opens. He's not serious about opening up a school. He doesn't even know what he's doing. And he still doesn't know what he's doing. So my research shows that Umar, he never intended on opening up a school. What it was that he had a dream. He's a dreamer. He had a fantasy that he's going to open up a school, but it had more to do with his ego than anything else. He has this thing. If you guys go back and look at the movie, Lean on Me, Principal Joe Clark, Umar, he idolized that shit. That became his archetype for life as a child. Not knowing what goes into
very interesting.
Again, being a principal doesn't mean you know how to open up a school in the first place.
Facts.
It's administrative. Delegate responsibilities, but to open a school from the quote unquote ground up, no. See, you can't be. This is how I look at it, just logically. You can't be serious about doing anything if you're not knowledgeable about what it is that you claim you want to do. Does that make sense? You can't be serious about doing anything if you're not knowledgeable about what it is you want to do. If you're serious, then you get educated. If you're serious, then you make sure you have your ducks in a row. If you're serious, you make sure you have people around you who can help you to fulfill what it is that you want to accomplish. But Umar's never had any of that. And here we are, LL, in 2025, he still doesn't know what he's doing. So this all to say that what I think is that Umar never intended on what I know is Umar never intended on opening up a school. That's what the receipts show. And what has happened is over the years, as he continues to collect money, it looks worse and worse. Why? Because nothing has really been accomplished. Everything is surface level. Everything is superficial. And then here we are in 2025, and more people are realizing he doesn't even know what he's doing in the first place. So what's the point of all this? Well, it's not about opening up a school. He don't give a shit, because he would have got help, proper help. He would have educated himself if he wanted to do it for him by himself, which is impossible. Then he would have educated himself over all these years. Again, he conceptualized this in 2020 and 2004 over these decades. But the fact that he hasn't done that proves that he's not serious about opening up a school. That's my point. And in 2025, time has told the truth. He's not serious about opening. He ain't even paying bills. See this? Thanks for the super chat. Rebecca says, a prank called Umar. He was very unpleasant. Okay. A prank called Umar. All right. Thank you, Rebecca. High Vibe says, imagine being cyberbullied by your father. Yeah. And especially in the situation that she was in. And she's really struggling. She's had some very serious issues. I don't want to speak on it because I've been very hesitant about that, because I'm a father myself, and I have concerns, serious concerns. Wow, that's incredible, because I'm more concerned about her than her own father is. But that goes to show you what type of person Umar is. He did. He cyberbullied his own daughter. Damn. Thanks, High Vibe. That's sad. Miranda says, Lord Lennon, I don't want to be put in the book. You're already in the book in there. What are you talking about? You on page 3. he got a half a chapter on you. What you talking about? I don't want to be put in the book of Negroes like you said yesterday, though. I believe you will be on the I'm on the cover. Yeah. We'll say lean on horror on the front. with a Cookie Crush chat sign in the back. I'm on the cover. It's like, matter of fact, it looks like this.
Oh my God! You on page 3?
That's how I look.
Go upstairs. All y'all go upstairs.
But don't worry, Miranda. You already in it. Okay, you on page 3. All right.
You on page.
Thank you, Miranda, for super chat. The little gaming town says the lady said Umar is sneaky and he likes to slip the rubber off. He's a trifling dog. She said she used a dental. I didn't know about that part. Umar is a sexual deviant. I've been saying this for years. You can just listen to how he talks. when he's talking about, and he tends to talk a lot about sex. There's no, if you're a school psychologist, why are you talking about sex all the time? You school principal, why are you talking about sex all the time? You just quote unquote, most requested scholar. What scholar talks about sex like? And then the way he talks about it's not normal human functional. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. Listen, we all adults. I know one thing. Most of us overwhelmingly, we've engaged in some sort of sexual activity, right?
Right.
It's part of human nature. Okay,
Right.
but that's one thing. Umar, he's on some P. Diddy type, freak off type. Because you listen to how he talk about it, you can tell something ain't right with this guy.
Right.
Hey, talking about little girls' private parts and calling them rotten cookies. What kind of person talks like that? But then you're supposed to be a school psychologist, but you talking about little girls' private parts like that and calling them rotten cookies? He's a sexual deviant. So when Linnaeus talked about this thing about him slipping, trying to do what he did with, I'm not surprised by that. When she talked about the thumb stuff, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's different, but I'm not surprised by it. See, I'm not surprised by it at all. Because if you listen, Umar has a history of the way that he talks about sex. It's not normal. See, and again, people are into different things. I get it. Okay. But to get online and be verbalizing this stuff, and you're supposed to be this school psychologist and all this other stuff, something has to be wrong up here for you to even think that somehow you should be verbalizing that freaky shit. You understand? I'm not here to judge people. As long as it's consenting to adults, we adults here. Okay, I get it. Okay, that's people's business. I don't want to know about it. That's But it's different when Umar, as someone who claims to be all these things, he gets online and he talks. If you guys listen carefully, the way that he talks about this stuff, there's something wrong with this guy. His psychosexuality, that's what I call it. It's not normal. Okay, that's why I've said for a long time: hide your kids, hide your wife. Okay. Thanks, Little Gaming Channel. I didn't hear her say that. Maybe she said it on another interview. Thanks for the super chat. Caesar Borgia says, we have to find a way to stop him. Can we set a trap for him? Because we know that he will do anything for a buck. I don't know. The thing is it's going to be interesting that if and when Umar decides to address this issue about everything that's due in terms of this school, and then potentially these schools being these abandoned buildings being taken from him. It's going to be interesting to see what he says, how he spins this in order to get a buck out of people, because it's always going to come back to that. We got to hire an attorney to see if we can keep these buildings under, so that we can keep owning these buildings. We're almost done. We just got to get some more money so that we can do this A, B, C, and it's going to come back to getting a buck. It's going to be interesting to see what he does or what he says in order to spin a narrative to try to get money out of people. Okay. The only trap that I can see for Umar is the job application. Okay? If we could put job applications up there, let me stop because then people go do it. Then out there, you see this? All right. Okay, you put a job application and all this is going to stop. Thank you for the super chat. Covert Raider says, Umar is an expert at gaslighting. He is. Yeah, we haven't talked much about that, but he does. He gaslights a lot. Targeting low-esteemed Black folks based on systematic and generalized racist conceptions. Very well said. It's dark form psychology evoking emotional abuse of vulnerable targets. He's absolutely evil. Yeah, this is perfectly said. I got to read it again. Umar is an expert at gaslighting, which is true. Targeting low-esteemed Black folks based on systematic and generalized racist conceptions. Yeah. It's dark form psychology. There's people who've talked about that Umar, part of him going to get all this, the degrees and stuff in psychology, that part of it, the irony of it is that he's used it against Black people. So it becomes a form of dark psychology. Yeah. Evoking emotional abuse of vulnerable targets. He's absolutely evil. Yeah. And I've said, I don't use the term evil all that much, but Umar is. The thing is that like I said, what we've talked about, it's just scratching the tip of the iceberg. And there's things that I know about Umar based upon conversations that I've had with women that have dealt with him, in particular women that have dealt with him sexually. Dude's evil. Okay, they said, listen, I don't want you telling anybody about this and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, I always protect my source. That's why when I have people that come on to speak out against Umar, if people in the chat room talking shit, I tell the mods, get them. I don't want any of that over here, because it's not about them and their opinions. I don't give a shit about their opinions and what they think. It's about providing a safe platform for these women to come forward. They feel safe. They can speak their truth about Umar. So I can give a shit about people who want to criticize. It's the same thing with Umar Johnson's nephew. Yeah, well, he was this, and then you should have checked him on. No, that's not what I'm here. The investigative reporting, that's not what I'm here for. Get the story out. And just because you want to interrogate him, well, go set up your own YouTube page and then get him on and you go and interrogate him. But that's not what I'm going to do here. I'm setting up a space so that people can come forward to speak about this clown ass dude. He's evil.
You can do you, but I gotta do me. If you want it done your way, go get your damn YouTube channel and go set up stuff. Go get yourself a camera, get yourself a little sorry microphone, get some headphones, start building up your people, and then you ask the questions your way. I've been trying to tell people that. Who am I? Go ahead, let it keep preaching to them. Yeah.
So we have to put the priority. What is the priority? It's not about our personal. Listen, I want to personally interrogate Lene, or I want to personally interrogate his nephew, or what. I don't give a shit about what you want to do. Woo. It's my YouTube page. It's my show. I'm going to run it. And the way that I work is I protect my sources when they don't want me to tell stuff. Okay. And then also, if I have people on, I'm going to protect them too. Because people miss the point. The point is not how they want to criticize these people. The point is that Umar is evil. And when you put all of that in context, you see what the goal is. It's not about criticizing people who come forward. It's about getting Umar up out of here with his evil ass. Real talk. Thank you for a super chat. Staff says Umar tried to bypass the state funding and used people. Yeah, used the people. Red flag the same way he dodges child support and accountability. Yeah. See, if he used the state, which he wouldn't be able to do anyway, because the whole premise is I'm only going to be dealing with black boys. But if he used the state, then he's going to be subject to transparency. That's why Umar doesn't use I'm talking about state funding. Now, he'll use the state to try to get the IRS in order to maintain tax exempt status so that he doesn't have to pay taxes on the money that he's collecting, but he's mainly using for his own personal lifestyle. I mean, he can get locked up for that anyway. Just that right there. Tax evasion. Okay. If you're using it for personal, for your own personals, okay, well, that's considered to be personal income, but then you're also committing fraud because you're collecting the money using the nonprofit status. He got all kinds of problems coming down the pike, real talk. See, but Umar, he was specifically, and see, it functions two ways. I'm not going to use state funding because it's black power, and I want to make sure. So he also avoids transparency with the state. But then also, I'm not going to use state funding because what it does is he can use the excuse that he doesn't have enough money, so he needs more money from black people, and that's why the school isn't open yet. And blah blah blah. You see this guy? Thanks, staff music. And then Ram says, anxious to see the pics. Stacks is going to drop off the inside of his house. Side note, subscribe to Mary Ann. Okay, yeah, real quick. Let me make a quick announcement. I've been posting this on in my community tab. I want to encourage everyone to take the time to subscribe to Mary Ann Lawrence YouTube page. And the reason why is because she plans on dropping the Umar Johnson movie, and he doesn't want that to come out. Okay, there's a lot more coming down the pike. I was talking with her yesterday. He don't want that coming out. If you can subscribe, because the goal is to get her to 1,000 subscribers. And once she gets to 1,000 subscribers, then she's going to release the actual movie. She has other stuff she's going to be releasing too over the next couple of days. So let me do this. I'm going to post inside of the chat room a link to her YouTube page. Yeah, and if you guys, and you guys know, I don't do this. I don't do this. I don't say it that way. I used to be very supportive of other YouTubers. I don't even consider her to be a YouTuber per se. I think that she's someone who, she's a film producer, but she has a YouTube page. But she has some stuff that's coming down the pike that we will cover it for sure. But you guys know I don't promote other people's YouTube page, at least not like I used to, because I've been burned on that a lot in the past. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to post right here her YouTube page, and I want to encourage everyone to subscribe. Okay. Now she just has a couple of things up there now, but she's going to be building this up over time, and then she's going to drop the movie on Umar.
Okay.
Right now she's at 378 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to 400 before we close out this live stream. Okay. And I'm going to be promoting her more and more as we progress, so that we can get her up to 1,000 subscribers. Okay. Because I want.
Hold up, y'all. Hold on. You're going too fast. Mary Ann Lauren. She's at 761 now. I just subscribed. I got yeah, hit the bell. She got a couple of videos up there, y'all, just to let you know. I'm gonna reach out to her, man. I'm gonna reach out and let her know that most popular. I wonder what area. The most popular is 1.5K views, which is the Dr. Umar movie advertisement. Yeah. Then she got another one. Yeah. Okay. I'm just checking it out. I'll check it out later. Let's get back to what my man Leonard is saying. Leonard, I'm glad you decided to support her, because I went and subscribed, and I'm gonna check out her channel and everything. And I'm with you, bro. If you try to support her, I want to help you to support her. How about that?
Want the movie to drop? Okay. And again, once it drops, we will cover. All right. Thanks, Ram, for the super chat. I appreciate it. And then the little gaming channel says, Lennon, I've been watching you for a while. Isn't the land around the school toxic? Yeah, there's an EPA report. They classified these abandoned buildings as brownfield catalyst sites. And so if you guys look up EPA Brandywine District, and that's the district that these abandoned buildings are in, Umar's abandoned buildings. EPA, here it is, EPA Brandywine District area-wide plan. There's actually two of these. The one that I reference is this one. It was, the draft date was March 26th of 2019. Okay, so they were doing this survey prior to Umar actually acquiring these abandoned buildings. Then after he acquires these abandoned buildings, the draft date for this version of it was basically a month and a couple of weeks after he acquired these abandoned buildings in February of 2019. I'll post a link right here, the little gaming channel. When you have some time, take some time to read through it. It's 85 pages. You don't have to read through everything. If you can kind of read like through the first part of it, and then and really you don't have to. You probably only have to read maybe the first 4 pages, because you'll see it pop up the Moyer School property, and they classified it as a brownfield catalyst site. And so yeah, there's some serious issues that need to be mitigated, and Umar hasn't talked about it. He hasn't addressed it. And it's going to be an expensive undertaking to get that mitigated. You know, he says that he just needs to. He thinks that somehow all he has to do is get a certificate of occupancy. There's a whole lot more that needs to take place. Okay, a whole lot more. Okay, this school will not be open. Thank you, the little gaming channel, for the super chat. Arrogant People says, "What's up?" Says the tax bill was $300,000. I sent the vid receipt. No, from my memory, I thought it got up to 140, something like that. If you have a receipt that shows that it got up to 300,000, which I don't think it did, if you can email it to me, I'll appreciate it. Okay, and I'll cover it. But I remember we were covering that live. Okay, I thought it was like 140. I thought it was 160 actually, but I'll go with 140. But if it was more than that, then that would be even more devastating with this Umar Johnson school scam. Thanks, Arrogant People, for the super chat. And you know my email. Just email it to me. Ona Alisa Kyom says, someone mentioned that the frozen bank accounts may be related to the notice from the state of Pennsylvania about his nonprofit status. Possible? Yeah, that's possible too, because I would assume that those bank accounts are in Philadelphia, because Umar stated that he had the bank account, his own personal bank account, since he was a teenager. See how my mind works. So I would assume that it's in Pennsylvania. Umar's only had residence in Pennsylvania, whether that's at Chambersburg, and then of course North Philly, as he says, born and raised. Prairie Ground was when he spent most of it. Anyway. So yeah, that's possible too. Who knows? You know, there's no transparency with this guy. And he lies so much. He will try to paint a narrative about anything in order to get more money out of people. It's just the frozen bank accounts thing. It really backfired on him. Him going in on Lene really backfired on him. Him going in on his daughter and his daughter's mama and his other baby mama, that really backfired on him.
3 backfires.
Paint narrative. So I'm not quite sure. It is possible.
3 backfires.
Possible. Because remember, the state of Pennsylvania, they issued a cease and desist. So is it possible that Umar he's still collecting money in Philadelphia? Yeah, it's possible, because he stays inside his mama closet and she stays. I'll leave right there. Okay, so yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. And then Draft Day says, honors Africans, ignores FBAs, but takes our money. Africans ignores FBA, but takes our, yeah. Well, listen, let me be clear about something. I'm not the kind of person that looks at a divide like that in terms of black people versus Africans. What I can say is that Umar, he's been very crafty at what he's done. And one of the things that he's done consistently is he's taken money out of the black community, and he's taken that money and then he's spent it over in Africa. See, so he says, I'm opening up a school for black people because most of his supporters are quote unquote African Americans, right? But what he's consistently done is taking that money and he goes over to Africa and he lives it up. And then he comes back broke and crying and shit. And then he asks black people for more money. Again, if he gets money over there in Africa and he comes back over here to the United States of America with the conversion rate, the money's not going to be significant. You guys understand what I'm saying? So Umar, this is the games that he's been playing. And instead of handling business with dealing with this school, what he's been doing is basically living on a perpetual vacation, traveling around the world and living it up. When he goes over to Africa, the conversion rate, he got a gang of money up over there. But then once he spend it all up, he come back over here, he broke again. And then who he begged for the money again from? Black people up over here. Something for people to think about. He's supposed to be a Pan-Africanist. Okay. Thanks, Draft Day. All right, let's get back to the video. Thanks for all the super chats too, everybody. I appreciate it. Boy, we almost have 4 hours. I need to be in the bed. Y'all don't get my age. You be sleep. All right. Okay, here we go.
Amen at that.
League basketball game. But you always seem to be missing at the suspension reinstatement hearing. You're always missing at the IEP meeting. You're always missing at the evaluation team meeting. Our boys could not be caught up in the school to prison pipeline if it was not for the negligence of black men. It is on us black men. We should always be present and available to go with the mothers of our children, especially the boys. She might can handle the girls on her own. A bottle of water if I can.
It's right down there, doctor.
Oh, thank you. Y'all gave me the little toddler bottle. I love you.
Oh, we already did this part. Let me go for
Black woman, if you can't take the biological father, take an uncle. If you can't always have somebody on standby. When you go into the meeting, if they got 7 people, you need to text somebody and say, bring 10. They got 10 people, you need to text somebody and say, bring 15. You should have as many as they have. The reason they bring so many people to your meeting is to gang up on you and to bully you. So don't go to meetings by yourself. And if that means you gotta postpone it, you postpone it. Well, Dr. Umar, they told me I had to meet today. There's no such thing. Can I say that one more time? There's no such thing as it got to be today. No, it don't. It don't never have to be today. They want it to be today, but it don't have to be today. And you have to stop letting them bully you. Let me ask you a question. When a lawyer has to go to court and the lawyer finds out something new, does the lawyer go to court or does the lawyer ask for a rescheduling of the hearing? They reschedule. Black mother, black father, grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle, you are the attorney for your child. If you found out something 5 minutes ago and you don't know how to deal with this in the meeting and you need to have a consultation with Dr. Umar on the phone, then you reschedule it. Remember something, you do not have timelines. The school has timelines. Parents don't have timelines.
See, the thing that tripped me out is the information he's giving right then and there is like, wow, eye-opening. I ain't even think about it like that. You know, it's because they say I got to meet right now. Well, reschedule it. You tell them on your terms. We need to stop letting these people do everything on their terms. Let them know that you got lives. Hold up, man. Hold up, bruh. Let's do this next week sometime. Right now, I got things I gotta schedule. He's right about that. Now, let's see where he can really go wrong at. See, that's what draws everybody in. Like, God, I didn't know I can do that. Yeah, you can reschedule. You can be like a lawyer and say, look, y'all, because the judge, the court system, the system wants to be fair for everybody. So you can reschedule and do all this stuff. They're going to give you your opportunity.
If they tell you, we need this paper by Friday, that means you should have had it 3 Fridays ago. Are y'all following me? Don't let them put you in the corner and say you got to sign this today or we won't get our funding. Yes, they will, but they will get in trouble for being late. And I'm telling you, let them get in trouble for being late.
What is he talking about?
Let them be late. So, the Department of Education in Trenton, New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm lost now. Now they're going to be late. First you were saying, go to a meeting about your kids because you're the lawyer for your kids. Now they say, well, you got to sign this or we're going to be late. Late for what? What are you talking about? Right. Yeah, I'm lost.
We'll look at Newark City schools suspicious. Or look at Montclair or Elizabeth City schools suspicious. Don't let them bully you into signing papers you haven't read and don't understand. And if you find yourself in a meeting with a piece of paper and you don't understand what it means, you can text Dr. Umar. Text me the night before. Try to text me a week before. Say, Doctor.
See this is him running game right here on these black women.
Umar, I got this paper. I don't know what this means. And I will tell you what it means. So, with that being said, let's start with preschool.
He don't even know what he's talking about.
Once your child turns 3 years old, they are eligible for special ed services. This is why the hospital tends to discontinue services around 3 years old. The reason your medical insurance likes to cut off speech therapy, the reason your medical insurance likes to cut off physical therapy, the reason your medical insurance likes to cut off occupational therapy is because your child can get those services for free at Newark City Public School or any other public school in America.
What is he talking about?
Special education is age 3 to age 21. I repeat, special education is age 3 to age 21. So if your child is graduating from the 12th grade and he still can't read, your daughter graduates.
It's always the worst case scenario with this guy. Someone brought this up. What was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? What? I ain't never heard that like this. Ginger Spice says he is a big bundle of outrageous sin. I'm gonna have to write that down. What in the world? said Umar
Wow.
is
He's a big
bundle
of outrageous sin. A big bundle of
outrageous sin. You right about that.
I would love to
Wow.
hear her voice,
Okay.
Ginger.
I might quote
Spice.
you on that one. Ginger Spice. All right.
Ginger Spice. I would love to hear her
It's so
voice.
true though. Thank you for the super chat. Well, I done heard it all. I'm gonna leave this up here for a while. Let's listen to Umar with his outrageous sin talking. Here we go.
Waiting from the 12th grade, and she still can't count. Why in the hell did you let them graduate your children?
Outrageous.
You call an IEP meeting, you tell them, my daughter is not academically functional or ready to graduate. My son is not
Why is he coming up with these types of scenarios? Man, this guy.
academically functional or ready to
What's up,
graduate.
Ruben Rivera?
You will continue to implement my child's IEP until they are academically functional on the 12th grade. And your child can continue to get special ed services right here in New Jersey, or Pennsylvania, or New York, or Texas, or Detroit, or Chicago.
Here you go.
And I'm naming all those cities because everything I'm telling you right now is federal law. So it
Okay,
applies
Umar.
everywhere in America, the Caribbean islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and all other U.S. territories. Stop letting them graduate functionally illiterate special ed children. Black mothers and my fathers, you're gonna hear me say mothers a lot. I'm not leaving you out, black man. I appreciate you for fighting for our children, but it's usually the mothers. So I'm going to say mother. I need black mothers to stop getting frustrated and pulling your special ed child out of the charter school, pulling your special ed child out of the public school. That is a mistake.
Umar, you're outrageous.
Well, Dr. Umar, he wasn't learning. So why did we take him to due process? Dr. Umar, they misdiagnosed him. So why did we get an independent eval? Dr. Umar, I didn't like the
Why are you yelling?
school. So why did we call an IEP meeting and ask for a private school? Stop taking special ed kids out of school. Leave them in, call me, and you fight. Special
What?
ed children have more rights than regular children. Let me say it again. Special ed children have more rights than regular children. Special ed children get more money than regular children. So if they got more rights than regular children, if they get more money than regular children, why did you pull them out? Once you
Why
pull
are you
them
yelling?
out, it's no longer the school's fault, it's yours now. Once you pull them out, it's no longer the IEP team's fault, it's your fault now. You don't take special ed children out of school. You leave them in, you call me, and we fight. Now,
Who are you, Umar?
let's talk about autism.
There you go.
One thing I like about New Jersey, in addition to the beautiful women,
See that? Here we go. Here we go. Outrageous sin.
cut it out. Stop. I just got out my second scandal. Stop.
What?
You talking about Lene. Outrageous sin.
What?
But there's a whole lot of other women out here.
Listen. What I like about New Jersey is New Jersey has a medical
Thanks, Ginger. This is hilarious. I wrote that down. I'll be quoting you on this. Okay. I'll give you credit. He's a big bundle of outrageous sin. Thank you for the super chat. Andrea said he's seeking his praise. That's what he's doing right here. Call Dr. Umar. You need me. Yeah, absolutely. That's what he's doing. See? He's already set it up by saying, black men, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So he's tapping into the emotional space of the single black women, right? Then he starts talking all this stuff. But then he drops this whole thing about, the thing about I like about the New Jersey, whatever he said, is the women. Okay, now we get to it.
exemption law for vaccination.
Thanks, Andrea.
In the state of New Jersey, you have a no contest medical exemption for vaccinations. You know what that means? In New Jersey, all you have to do is write a letter and get it notarized stating that my child will not take vaccinations because it goes against my religious beliefs.
Okay, Umar, you ain't saying nothing special.
You don't have to name a religion. You don't have to cite a scripture. You don't have to list a church. You simply
You don't have to yell.
have to say it goes against my religious beliefs. I take full responsibility for my child being vaccinated, and they have my permission to continue to attend public school. You get it notarized, you give it to the New Jersey charter school or the New Jersey public school, and your child can go to school without vaccination. That means we shouldn't have no black boys with autism in New Jersey. But we got a lot of black boys with autism in New Jersey. And guess what is the shot that's causing the autism? MMR. Measles, mumps, and rubella. Stop Stop giving your sons the MMR
Did he say measles and mumps? What are you talking about, mumps?
shot because it interacts with the melanin and the neurology of black boys.
Here we go.
To the point where even the whistleblowers from the Center for Disease Control say that black boys are more likely than white boys to get autism from these vaccinations. Stop vaccinating. 40 years ago, you didn't have an autistic classmate. Nope. Anybody in here who graduated high school before 1990, you probably never had an autistic classmate your whole life, kindergarten through 12th.
Yeah, but I remember people who had autism back then. Maybe it wasn't classified as that, but I remember that growing up. Anyway.
Well, guess what? If your child go to school today, they get at least one autistic classmate every single year.
So what, Umar? What are you talking about? This guy, this is man, this is dangerous. This guy.
Because of the damn vaccinations. Stop vaccinating your children. There's no evidence that they work. In fact, there's
Well, I wish I can say what I want to say, but I'm gonna leave it go. I'm gonna let it go.
evidence that vaccinated children are less healthy than unvaccinated children. I live in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, we have it even better than New Jersey. You know why? Because in Pennsylvania, you don't even have to say religious exemption. In Pennsylvania, we have philosophical exemption. All you have to do is say, I don't trust white people. And my child ain't taking no shots. Get it notarized and give it to the school secretary. Now,
can you believe this guy? Let's keep going.
It might
my
be
New
true.
York Africans, I feel sorry for you. If you live in the state of New York, they no longer have a religious exemption or a philosophical exemption. If you live in the state of New York, the only way you can get around vaccinations for public and charter school attendance is if you can find a medical exemption. You have to find you a doctor who's willing to medically exempt your child. So if you live in New York and you have a young child, I think you're going to have to move to New Jersey if they go into public and charter school. Or you're going to have to move to Pennsylvania if they go into public and charter school.
Can you believe this guy? Why would you be telling, that's your advice, is to move to another state? Can you believe this guy? Okay, real quick, I want to go back because let me see here. Which video? Well, we just did that one. Yeah, because well, actually, let me see. Let's keep going. Let's go to the next video here. All right, here we go.
Told me I had to come sit with my child in the class. School said I got to come sit with my child in the class. No, you don't if they have an IEP.
Yeah, the audience is not into this at all.
You know why?
Speaking of the audience, I was going to stop it a couple of times to say this. I don't know why black audience sit so far in the back. When something's going on, it's like everybody want to sit in the back. Nobody want to be up front. Look at that big gap. That lets you know that we're not feeling, I don't know, the connection, man. If I'm running this, I would have to change that. Yo, man, let's get connected. Move up front. Can y'all please move up so I can feel connected with y'all? Everybody want to sit in the back. I don't like that. Never did. Never liked it.
1A is a related service on the IEP. So why are you going up there, sitting next to your child?
Okay, I'll be right back.
When the IEP allows for them to hire somebody to sit with your child. Queen Mother. Y'all see that? Stop paying for services. I'll give you another one. You said they didn't do a good job teaching my child how to read this year, Dr. Umar. I put him in a special reading program I found in New York. Why are you paying for it? Call an IEP meeting and ask the IEP team to pay for the summer program. What are we doing? In fact, tell him your child need a laptop for the summer too to work on his math and reading. It's perfectly within your right to ask for anything your child needs from the IEP team. And guess what? You do know if they in special ed, they have a right to extended school year services, right? ESY. ESY. Extended school year. That's when a special ed kid has not made enough progress according to their parents and you want them to go to school during the summer. It's called ESY. It's on the IEP. So if they need extra help, he's not playing basketball this summer. He's not playing football this summer. He's going to summer school through his IEP. ESY. And if the school don't have a summer school, they're going to put him in another school, summer school, or they're going to pay for a tutor. ESY. And if your child gets evaluated and you don't agree with the evaluation, you have a right to what? Second opinion. You always have a right to a second opinion. What is a second opinion called? Independent educational evaluation. Second opinion.
Yeah, I should mention too, Umar's not a school psychologist and he hasn't worked in the field since 2011. So a lot of what he's talking about, he's talking as if it's updated information, but it's actually antiquated information. That's one of the reasons why he's so dangerous. Okay, he hasn't worked in the field for about 14 years.
Dr. Umar, they said he was retarded. I don't agree. Write a letter.
See, even the terminology that he's using, retarded.
Dear Mr. Schwarzenkoff, my son Randy is a 4th grader and we hate black kids charter school in Newark, New Jersey. Y'all evaluated my son. Y'all said my son was intellectually disabled. I don't believe my son is intellectually disabled. I have a federal and a state right to a second opinion, and I am requesting an independent educational evaluation at public school expense. You find the psychologist, they pay for the eval. Let me say it again. You find the psychologist, they pay for the eval. Let me say it one more time. This is your right. You find the psychologist, they pay for the eval. I'm giving you your rights. White people use their rights. Black people don't. So that's fake. Appropriate. Free and appropriate. If you don't think the education is appropriate, if you don't think the IEP is appropriate, if you don't think the services are appropriate.
Why you keep lying? I'm about to skip through because I want to get to that one part. He started talking, giving excuses. Y'all want me to skip through? Hit the 1. If you want me to keep playing, hit the 2.
Appropriate. Call an IEP meeting and demand a change. And if they don't want to make a change, you get in contact with Trenton Department of Special Ed for the state of New Jersey and you file a due process complaint against Newark City Public Schools, Trenton City Public Schools, Jersey City Public Schools, Montclair, Patterson Public Schools, and you fill out the complaint. My child go to school in.
Okay, I see a lot of 1s. I can't remember if I said 1 if you want me to keep playing it or 2 if you want me to skip.
I thought I was bad because I was like, I can't remember what the 1 is for, what the 2 is for. Come find out. You just like me, bruh. Okay, let's just see. Let's find
Patterson,
out. Let's find out. Oh my God, that's funny.
My child go to school in.
Okay, I see a lot of 1s. I can't remember if I said 1 if you want me to keep playing it or 2 if you want me to skip through, or which one is it? Someone let me know. There's more 1s in here, but I don't remember what I said.
Newark, he has a learning disability. He still can't read. He's not getting the right help. He's not getting enough help. Blah, blah, blah. And I want him to go to a private school. APS, approved private.
Okay, 1 is to skip. Okay, so let's skip through a little bit here. Okay, it's getting late.
Private school. APS.
I can't believe
Least
how far away
restrictive
people are.
in special ed. The 4 levels of special ed. Part-time, half the instructional day, full. You don't need to be in there all day.
I have videos of him talking about this. That the videos are from like 2010. He said the same thing 15 years later.
You don't need to be blind kids all day. If they have a severe and profound developmental, the reason he in there all day, because what help does your son need? You say skill. The IEP is the what? Curriculum. So that's number one. What's the second job of IEP team? Dr. Umar, I'm so tired of these people. I want my son on homebound. I want him to stay home. And I want the special ed teacher to come to my house and work with my son in the house. That's called homebound instruction, and you have a right to it. But you gotta have a good reason on why he's staying home. Because I don't want him home either. But if he need to stay home.
Who cares what you want, Umar? Let's go to the next video.
Security, I could write a whole chapter on vandalism.
Oh, here we go. Okay, check this out right here, everyone. Excuses, excuses. Here we go.
Broke the security. I could write a whole chapter on vandalism.
They haters.
Right?
That's right.
They just got my bank account froze. I gotta find out what's going on. When they froze the school's account, bank ain't telling me nothing. They said I found out yesterday, but I was too busy to call them yesterday, so I gotta call them Monday. Because
here we go.
Close the account, give me the damn check, so I can open up a new account because we got bills to pay. I don't know if it's the FBI. I don't know if it's
y'all see this?
I don't know who did it. But anyway.
See how he says he got bills to pay? This video's from today. This video that we're watching right now. You see how he got bills to pay?
Here we go. That's what I wanted to know.
He watched the video from yesterday. See, he gonna try to use if more people talk about how Umar owes $38,388 in past due FDMG bills, going all the way back to 2014. Plus, he's on the hook for all of the bills from the previous owner from 2016 up until 2019, and then from 2019 to current. If more people talk about this, he's going to have to address this. And Umar, I'm fairly certain what he's going to say is because my bank accounts were frozen, that's why I didn't pay this. But this has been going on since 2019. He can't use that excuse. These bills are old. See? Let's go back and listen from the beginning.
Broke the security. I could write a whole chapter on vandalism.
They haters.
Right?
That's right.
They just got my bank account froze. I gotta find out what's going on. When they froze the school's account, bank ain't telling me nothing. They said I found out yesterday, but I was too busy to call them yesterday, so I gotta call.
They said I find out yesterday? What?
Bank ain't telling me nothing.
The bank's not telling you nothing.
They said I found out yesterday.
They said I find out yesterday. What does that even mean?
But I was too busy to call them yesterday, so I got.
You were too busy to call. Why? How are you too busy? If this is, see, here we go. He's not serious about handling business. You guys see what I'm saying? Even when he be lying, he tells on himself. He tells some truth.
If my bank accounts is frozen, I'm not too busy to find out why. If I have to wait to see why my money is being froze up. And I would pray that, yo, man, I'm hoping that if my bank account is frozen, I didn't mean to do something. Oops, I know not to do that no more. But nah, he's being investigated. What other reasons why would they freeze your account? Because somebody tried to get in?
If you're serious about this is such a huge issue, why are you too busy yesterday to call? See, this is a bunch of bullshit, Umar.
I call him Monday.
So you're gonna call him on Monday, even though in the other video you said you're gonna find out on Monday, last Monday, whatever.
If you close the account, give me the damn check so I can open up a new account because we got bills to pay. I don't know.
See that the bills that he's talking about, what are the bills that he's talking about? Well, I broke the story yesterday. The bills that Umar is talking about is this munition. It was filed August 5th of 2025. There's a case number, and there's two of these, one for each side of the street, these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. On this one, he owes $17,810.77. But if you add the other one in, which is he owes $20,577.45. Ultimately, what Umar is facing is $38,388.22. These are the bills that he's talking about. But he wants to play it off. He's going to try to paint a narrative that this is the reason why he hasn't paid this $38,388.22. But like I said before, these are old bills. If you look up there and you see Lennon Honor Watermark, the middle one, you look right above that. It says water and sewer charge from December 19th, 2016. That's from the previous owner. Umar has to pay that. You donors have to pay that. And December 30th, 2024 through May 29th of 2025. And this all adds up to $17,810. And then, of course, I've talked about the other one that adds ultimately it's $20,577. You put both of that together, $38,388.22. So he watched the video from yesterday. That's why he's saying what he's saying today. By the way, if you guys look on here in the top paragraph, it says explicitly that if Umar does not pay this, that the city of Wilmington, it's at the bottom of the first paragraph. The city of Wilmington may proceed to sell the property herein mentioned or described for the purpose of collecting the judgment for the taxes or assessment herein stated. Okay. Here's the writ of motion. You see up there, it's the city of Wilmington versus Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy, Inc. Okay, that's Umar Johnson. Let's keep going.
It's the FBI. I don't know if it's so I can open up a new account because we got bills to pay.
We got bills.
That don't even make any sense. You ain't got no other money nowhere else to. Oh, anyway.
Broke the security. I could write a whole chapter on vandalism.
They haters.
Right?
See the code follower? They repeat the same thing. They're haters. No, that's not intellectual. That's not critical thinking either. No disrespect.
That's right.
They just got my bank account froze. I got to find out what's going on. When they froze the school's account, bank ain't telling me nothing. They said I found out yesterday, but I was too busy to call them yesterday, so I got to call them Monday. Because if you close the account, give me the damn check so I can open up a new account because we got bills to pay.
He all over the place. And then on Monday, and then what they said was, and if we do this, blah, blah, blah. You see this guy? Pathological liar. I know, Domo. He's just a pathological liar.
I don't know if it's the FBI. I don't know if it's Funky Medea. I don't know who did it.
That came from Half Baked. Half Baked. David Chappelle. He said, "Boo this man, boo." Man, y'all into the movies too much, man. Y'all stay away from the movies. This is real life seriousness. So boo this man, boo.
Yeah, let me ask you. You're based on what Umar said. It's either FBI or it's you. Okay. He also said somehow I was involved. I don't know. Whatever.
But anyway, stay focused. We must stay focused. Either way, they got to give us our money back. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they. The thing is, I've been with that same bank since I was 14 years old. It's the only bank. I've been with them since I got my working papers.
Why
that makes it worse. That makes it worse.
Stupid. These people don't want to hear all this. You see, ain't nobody clapping or nothing.
And just like that, without a reason, they froze. So
no, there's a reason, Umar. You just saying if they in fact are frozen because you lie so much. There's a reason.
My lawyer said if you don't get an answer Monday, we got to go after them because you should have got a check within 4 days of them shutting the account down.
Yeah, but you the one that said you didn't call them. What are you talking about? Hit the one.
Still ain't got our money yet. And my money is in my account. School money in the school account. See that? So we find out Monday.
Hit the one.
You already said you was going to find out last Monday. Umar, here we go. It's always something with this guy.
Y'all can listen to YouTube if y'all want. Anyway.
Yeah, they were listening right now, Umar. And this will get more views than you get. Anyway, let's go.
Bank ain't telling me nothing. Drugs to get a driver's license. You don't need drugs to get
What you talking
Why
about?
is your child is crack?
What are you talking about? How do you go to talking about crack?
And my money is in my account. School money in the school account. See that? So we find out Monday. Y'all can listen to YouTube if y'all want. Anyway. I didn't know more about me than me. Anyway.
Umar, you're a con man. But you see how what you need to do, Umar, is to come clean to the people and explain to them that you owe $38,388.22 and why it is that you owe this amount of money. You also need to explain to the people where the money went. You can say that the bank accounts were frozen, but you haven't provided any evidence to that. You're a pathological liar. We do not take anything that you say at face value. Where are your receipts, sir? I'll provide receipts. That's why I know more about you, Umar, than your own cult followers do. I mean, there's people that be saying stuff and they be telling me stuff like they know shit that I don't know. I want people, if you know stuff that I don't know about Umar, please let me know. But don't get up on here trying to let me stop. Now I sound like Umar. The point is, Umar, I know more about you than your own cult followers do. And that's telling in and of itself. So who should they believe? Their cult follower who is a pathological or a liar, or someone who's done the research and have all the receipts to back up what they say about you, Umar? You're a con artist. You're a con man. You say that your bank accounts were frozen, but you don't provide any receipt. You don't even explain that if they are frozen, why they are frozen. But then you said that you're supposed to find out on Monday, but you said that you were going to find out this past Monday, right? You also said that somehow it's their fault, but you're the one who didn't call yesterday, which would have been Friday, because you was too busy. Too busy doing what? Eating Cheetos in your mama closet? What you too busy for, Umar? You ain't got no job on a Friday. What you got going on Friday? You can't pick up the phone. You on social media all the time. You was posting on social media. Maybe instead of social on the people on social media, why shouldn't you? You could have just got on the phone.
Actually, when he said, just to let y'all know, street smarts, when he said, well, I was supposed to call, they told me to call Friday, but I was too busy. How he skipped over that, I was too busy. They told me to call him Friday, but I was a little busy. I was tied up. That was a lie. That was a bold-faced lie. Any police officer would have caught that lie. Anybody that's trying to search for the truth in the streets with some real street smarts would have known that that was a lie. That's a lie right there, dude. You just lied. So you just hurried up and filtered that lie so you can get back to your point. Yeah, that's a bold-faced lie. They stop, man. They stop. Hit the one, baby. Go upstairs.
You know it's bad when you start tweaking like Umar. Start doing like Gator and shit. That's bad. Anyway, you the one that didn't call, allegedly. Let's keep going. Umar, he was busy.
I didn't call because I was busy.
Goodness gracious. Here we go.
Yeah. I know, mama. So, okay, medication.
We're going to skip through.
Ritalin is crack. Adderall is crack. Cycler is crack.
Umar going to start rubbing on his nose, watching, and sniffing and blinking.
Crack. Metadate is crack. Can somebody tell me?
You better not sneeze.
Why you putting your child on drugs to learn about Abraham Lincoln?
See him?
Why is your child taking drugs to learn the Star-Spangled Banner?
Umar, what are you talking about?
You don't need drugs to get a driver's license. You don't need drugs to get a college degree. You don't need drugs to work. But your baby, 5, 6, and 7, needs medication to get an education. You know why they need drugs? Because white women don't want to be bothered with black boys. That's why they need drugs.
Here you go.
Ain't nothing wrong with your son. He's a normal, healthy African child. Nothing wrong. The problem is he's being educated by a narcissistic, psychopathological, I don't give a damn white woman from the suburbs who's
Look who's talking about being a narcissist. And see how he paints all these white teachers this way? That ain't right.
only teaching in Newark to pay her mortgage. Your son is not the problem, his teacher is. Let me say,
Umar, where's your mortgage or your rent? Okay, you living in your mama closet on Section 8. Cut it out.
it again.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm getting sleepy. My eyes. I don't want to fall asleep again. Not on channel. Nope. We're gonna respect. We're gonna respect Dr. Umar and go take a nap before we do this last hour. Part 5 coming up, man. I feel sorry for people, man, that my wisdom, my great wisdom and stuff. I'm trying to let y'all know, if I don't know what's going on, I'm not gonna speak on it. But one thing I do know is it don't take no 10 years to open up a school. I don't care what anybody say. I never tried to open up a school, but I know people who actually opened up their school. You can do homeschooling. You can do homeschooling in what? The next school year. So if you can open up a homeschooling, I don't understand why you just can't figure out a way to get all these parents that want to be a part of your school to start at home and get them to get a laptop, or that's the cheapest way to go, man. Everybody do Zoom classes or do this live, YouTube live. Homeschooling is a thing now. It's okay to educate your kids at home and then send them to Dr. Umar YouTube live every day, Monday through Friday or something. We ain't looking for you're taking the white man system of building a building and the curricula, and even the government is letting you can work from home. You can work from home, you can homeschooling. You need to come to today's world, man. Man, y'all take it light, take it slow. I can't wait to get back home, man. I'm gonna go visit a couple of schools and see what's happening this school year. I think I'm gonna be in the school. The Lord has given me the answers. He giving them to me His way, which is okay, and not my way. So I'm gonna listen. I'm listening. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.